Aishwarya, Karthik snapped at his wife. How dare you speak like this in front of me? What a joke. Be careful if you open your mouth again. I have already given more liberty than enough to someone like you. Aishwarya doesn't know what else Karthik said, but when he said it again, someone like you, a woman like you, the only words that kept ringing in her ears. She was still the same as before, or rather, he was the only one who kept interrupting her. Hearing him, Aishwarya felt like she had no personality at all. Aishwarya's parents raised her with great love and affection as she was the only daughter. Her father was a renowned builder in the city. His job was to construct and sell buildings. After Aishwarya was born, his business grew very well, so he was proud that his daughter was born at a good time. He did not ignore any of his daughter's wishes. She was educated in prestigious schools and colleges in the city. Aishwarya was a beautiful young woman. She was also intelligent in lectures. She played an important role in college functions. Thus, she was admired not only by her friends but also by the faculty. Everyone praised her. However, she had no arrogance or pride. She got along well with everyone at home and in college. One night, Aishwarya's father came home from work and collapsed on the sofa. Seeing this, Aishwarya immediately took her father to the hospital with the help of her neighbors. She saved her father, who had suffered a heart attack. From then on, her mother and father's love and trust for her increased even more. My daughter is no less than a son, they would say proudly. When the daughter completed her BSc degree, her father decided to get her married. He thought that if he got the cooperation of his son in law, it would be beneficial for his work. But Aishwarya wanted to study for an MSc. Her parents did not want to interfere with her wish. Aishwarya got admission in MSc studies. While studying for her degree, she used to go to college by bus. Now, to make it easier for her, her father bought her a car. One day she started going to college by car. One or two of her friends also used to go with her. Due to her intelligence, Aishwarya attracted everyone's attention in the new college. As per her usual routine, Aishwarya went to the library one day after class. While she was checking out the books on the book rack, she felt someone standing behind her. When she turned around, there was a young man standing there. Aishwarya had noticed that this same young man had been following her around the college campus for the past few days. When she turned around, he smiled at her, but Aishwarya did not respond and walked away. Later, he started appearing in front of her. One day, Aishwarya was sitting in the reference section of the library reading a book. Then he came and sat in front of her. Aishwarya was a little startled. Don't be afraid. I am also studying here. My name is Karthik. Are you? Aishwarya said her name and stood up. Karthik also stood up and walked with her. The two started meeting frequently. They would go to the canteen during their free time. They would share their household matters. Karthik had no mother or father. He had an elder brother. The elder brother had continued the business that his father had left behind. He was married. Karthik did not want to get involved in business. He continued his MBA studies. Despite having a house, he joined a hostel. He was an intelligent student. He had received job offers from many companies. He was thinking about which one to choose. Aishwarya and Karthik became good friends. They didn't know how they had spent a year together. They didn't even realize that their friendship had turned into love. Aishwarya's father's business was doing well, but now he could not handle all the responsibilities like before. Maybe it was because of his age, but more than that, his heart related problems were interfering with his work. One day, Aishwarya came to college with her friends. While she was going to class, she received a phone call from home that her father was unwell. She immediately returned home. Her father had another heart attack. This time it was severe and he passed away. Both mother and daughter cried and eventually they consoled each other. Her father's business ended with her. Aishwarya did not go to college for 1 month. All her friends came to see her. Karthik also came. That's it. Don't skip college. Everyone advised. But Aishwarya did not want to leave her mother. Eventually, after her mother told her that it was not right to stop the studies halfway, she decided to go back to college. Aishwarya's father had kept two flats for himself while building flats and had rented them out. So there was no problem for money. She had scored well in her first year exams. She wanted to pass her second year with good marks. Karthik's education was over. He was supposed to join a multinational company after 2 months. One day Karthik came to Aishwarya in college. He had a small gift packet in his hand. He put it in Aishwarya's hand. When Aishwarya opened it, there was a ring in it. She looked at him in surprise. Will you marry me? Aishwarya shyly lowered her head to Karthik's question and agreed. Her mother also agreed to this. Aishwarya's final year exams were over. She was the topper of the college. Her principal asked Aishwarya to join the same college, but Karthik did not agree to it. After Karthik reported for work, he married Aishwarya and took her to his house. It was a big house. Aishwarya had to leave her mother. Karthik used to talk a lot about Aishwarya when he used to meet her in college. After marriage, his true qualities started to show. He used to boast that no one was as good at his job as he was. He looked down on all of Aishwarya's work. Aishwarya did not know how to cook. She started learning it only after marriage. Therefore, she could not satisfy Karthik. He used to tease Aishwarya a lot about that. He would shout at her in front of her, "You cook worse than a maid." Karthik looked down on his wife in every way. Hearing him scold her, Aishwarya's heart would get angry. Even after months and years passed, only sarcastic words would be used. Aishwarya could not move her lips. If she said anything, he would start lamenting. I married you because I needed a beautiful wife to live in the society and a woman to take care of the house. Besides, what special qualities do you have? 5 years passed like this. Both her husband's sarcastic words and her mother's loneliness were hurting Aishwarya. Even though they were in the same town, she could not see her mother whenever she wanted. At first, her mother was unaware of her son in law's behavior. Gradually, she understood after seeing her daughter's face. However, she remained silent as if she didn't know anything. Mother grew old. Aishwarya said that it was not right for her to be alone anymore and called her to her house, but her mother did not agree to it. When her efforts were unsuccessful, one day Aishwarya, observing her husband's mood, spoke up. Karthik, mom is lonely, that's why. Before she could finish speaking, Karthik said, "What is wrong? Let's hire a full time caretaker," and left the room without giving her another chance to speak. Aishwarya stood there. How can Karthik understand what mother and father's love and family are? He was in the hostel from the beginning, but now he is full of ego. That's why our family is not growing. Aishwarya had to bow her head to her husband's words. One day, the caretaker called to say that mother had a high fever. Aishwarya went to see her mother, but Karthik stopped her and said, "Today is Sunday. Are you going out when I have a holiday? You should stay at home whenever I have a holiday. If your mother has a fever, tell the caretaker to give her some pills." Aishwarya could not go to see her mother. Her mother's health had deteriorated. She could not eat anything. Aishwarya cried and asked her husband, "Mother's health is very bad. I have to be with her, so why not bring her here?" Karthik shouted angrily, "Why? Did you write that I will take care of your entire family? It is a big deal to marry you and bring you here. Besides, do you want me to bear the burden of your mother? Oh, how long will your mother live? Let the caretaker take care of her." Aishwarya thought all day long. Don't I have any personality? Is it all my job to play as they play? She thought all night long about the past years. I have been acting like a puppet in silence for so many years. There is a limit to patience. Aishwarya had gone to her mother's house 2-3 times in the past after being humiliated by her husband. But she had returned for Karthik's word. But that life was enough. She thought she should not go back. After Karthik went to the office, Aishwarya took her belongings and left for her mother's house. Her mother needed her. Seeing Aishwarya, her mother was relieved. Aishwarya served her mother well. Her health improved. Karthik didn't call even once. He didn't inquire about his mother in law's health. Aishwarya thought he was selfish. One day her mother inquired her son in law. She told her about Aishwarya's whereabouts. Aishwarya had said that she wouldn't go back. One morning, Karthik came and shouted at Aishwarya, "What's wrong with Maharani? You go without telling and then you don't come home for days. I sit in the car outside the house, bring all your belongings," he said in one breath and left. He didn't even let his mother in law speak. As Karthik walked out, Aishwarya shouted, "Stop, Karthik, what do you think of me? You can say something to me. You can throw me out when you don't want to. You can call me home when you want. Am I an object or a puppet? Neither. I'm a woman too. I have my own personality. A woman can live on her own. She is never imperfect. Listen to what she can do. She can take care of her mother and father, take care of the house, and do a job. So don't think of me as useless. Life is never imperfect. Aishwarya was never imperfect either, and never will be. So I won't come with you. Don't step into my house again." Karthik was surprised. Before he could say anything, Aishwarya closed the door. Karthik slowly left, looking at the closed door.